going on, everyone? And I'm back with another edition of Action Sunday. This week, I'm diving into the action comedies. So I'm done with the action adventure stuff, so I'm doing some comedies. So this week, I'm going to look at a movie called Bird on a Wire. It came out in like the early 90s. It stars Mel Gibson and Goldie Hawn. And interesting enough, this movie was also directed by John Badham, who I remember him as the director of the Stakeout movie, the first Stakeout movie. So if he made me entertained in that movie, so what about this movie? Well, sure enough, I felt like I was entertained. It was a perfect blend of adventure, action, and comedy. So they're both there. So for the plot is interesting. So I'm gonna try to explain this as best as I can. All right. Mel Gibson plays a guy named Rick Germain, and Goldie Hawn plays a girl named Marianne Graves. And somehow these two were once lovers. But what happened was Rick somehow was involved in some kind of crime. Well, where he's a witness. He was put in the witness protection program. That somehow after almost 15, 20 years later, somehow the guy that he put away is now hunting him because he got out of prison for good behavior, that kind of thing. Played amazingly, by the way, great David Carradine. So come on, David Carradine as a villain. Well, let's see. If he played a villain in Kill Bill, what about here? Well, let's see. Well, of course, now I'm comparing, this and that. But of course, come on. It's David Carradine, okay? But anyway, so now he's hunting Mel Gibson's character. So it essentially just goes from there. So somehow, these two estranged lovers somehow cross paths. She's like this stuck-up, obnoxious, attorney that works for a Fortune 500 company or something like that. I'm trying to remember what exactly she is. It's like they never thoroughly explain what she does. But all I know is that she's that stuck-up, spoiled little princess, which I hate to say this, she was definitely typecasted for this role because, come on, she had this similar role when she was in Overboard with Kurt Russell. What the shit? So, but anyway, somehow these two cross paths. She gets involved in this entire thing, and now they're on the run from David Carradine's character named Sorensen. Yeah, love that last name. Okay, Sorensen sounds badass. But anyway, But of course, clearly hijinks ensue. It's just fun. There's a lot. There's of course what makes it even funnier is I've said this before, every character has different layers to him. He's like an onion. You peel him off, and of course you understand this character. Well, somehow Rick's character somehow had so many different aliases over the years because this guy was hunting him, or somehow until he got put away. So and so you find out all these crazy things. Somehow he was like a hairdresser. He was a carpenter. I'm like, what the heck? He gets around. He literally is a handyman. So hey, he's Mel Gibson. Why the hell not? Man, it's just loads of fun. There was a bunch of laughs, but I was completely surprised. There was actually a bunch of explosions in this movie because very rarely have I ever seen Badham direct this kind of movie that had a lot of explosions. There was very little in Stakeout, but here there was a lot. And but to my knowledge, I think that's an interesting thing. It's I guess you want to make things a little more crazier and off the wall. So if that's the way to do it, okay, we'll go the Michael Bay direction. So okay, but overall, the rest of the story it just plays real well. It's has some excitements, and it has a bit of downfall, but then it picks up at near the end. It's so much fun and exciting. There's a really funny scene that made me laugh. Bit of Bill, how I say it's dark comedy. So somehow they wind up at a motel. Rick's on the phone. She's taking a shower. Somehow a cockroach falls on her head, and she's screaming right around the the motel room. And you just hear it so wet. It's so crazy and funny. It made me laugh. My goodness! But there was so many moments of brilliance. It made me laugh. I think this movie doesn't get a lot of recognition it deserves because if he's trying to make something just like Stakeout, which was fun, exciting, and just made me laugh and whatnot. So I feel like this one hit all those hit all the categories, checked all the boxes. But then again, my one complaint about this movie is it's I think they could have done a little bit more expo on some of these characters, especially the FBI informant played by Stephen Tobolowsky. Yes, he's in this movie. Bill Duke's in this movie. So yeah, I'm surprised at the star power in this. And Joan Severance, she has a brief but small role in this movie, even though she's just in the movie for roughly 5-6 minutes, and that's it. You don't see her for the rest of the movie. But hey, it's just crazy how to look at it. Like, oh my god, this was totally 80s, early 90s and kind of thing. Like, yeah, like some good star power of their day, of course. Well, yeah. Come on, Gibson is hot on his popularity. He's between Mad Max and of course the Lethal Weapon movies. The Lethal Weapon movie, I believe this was like in between like the second and third Lethal Weapon movies, I believe. So that's funny how to think about it. It's like, wow, damn, Gibson was really on fire back in this era, and it just shows that like even though you can look at him and just say, oh, he's lost his morals, but he does have some good movies, and I feel like this is like an underrated gem of Gibson's career as well as Goldie Hawn's career. Even though that's another thing that I ding on this movie is like she is definitely typecasted again as the spoiled, pompous, rich bitch. I hate that. Okay, but overall, I'd say give this movie a watch if you can find it. I found it just like always. I found it on Stars, so good on you, Stars. So I'm gonna give Bird on a Wire. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10 because it's like I said, it's not perfect. It makes you laugh. A lot of explosions, which of course I think there was a little much, but had a great cast, and of course I just hate some of the cliches and some of the typecasting that they put into this movie. I think they could have done better with that. Just saying, but still very underrated gem. Give it a watch. All right. So that does for this evening. Let me know what you think. Thumbs this video, subscribe my channel, stay tuned for some more awesome, exciting videos.